So this is the Sony Bravia 3. It's Sony's latest entry-level TV in their new Bravia 3 through 9 lineup. Now this is a very bright LED TV with a matte front panel, making it a great option for your living room that maybe gets a lot of direct sunlight. And this TV also comes in a lot of different sizes. Nonetheless, let's check out the Sony Bravia TV. Let's see how it compares to Sony's more premium TVs, and let's see if the Sony Bravia 3 is right for you. So first off, there's price and sizes. Now, the Sony Bravia 3 starts at 43 inches, which is what we have here, and this model retails for $600, which I feel is good for, like, let's say your bedroom or for gaming, and it goes all the way up to 85 inches and it retails for $1,800. But more realistically, the 65-inch retails for $1,000 and the 75-inch retails for $1,300, which I feel are more practical sizes for your living room. Now, these TVs do like to go on sale, so if you want to pick any of these products up, they'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And if you want to further support the channel, then you can always pick up some merch. So like I just mentioned, this is a backlit LED TV and it gets super bright. Plus it also has a matte front panel. So what this means is that the Bravia 3 is going to be a very good option to use in a room that is very brightly lit. As in, if you have a living room or a bedroom that gets a lot of direct sunlight, then the Bravia 3 is going to be able to perform very well. And thanks to the matte front panel, the Bravia 3 does a really good job of not causing any reflections in the dark portion of the image, because reflections are one of the big issues that we mentioned on the Sony Bravia 8, which is an OLED TV with a glossy front panel. Now, I use the Bravia 8 in my home theater setup, but those reflections are a very big problem, especially during the daytime. Now, even though the Bravia 3 is an LED TV and it gets very bright, it also does a very good job of giving you dark blacks. However, since this is an LED TV, at the end of the day, don't expect the blacks to be as dark as the blacks found on an OLED TV. And even though the Bravia 3 does a great job of throwing light at bright subjects in an image, since the Bravia 3 isn't using a full array backlight like with what's found on Sony's more premium LED TVs, blooming can be a little more noticeable and the color gradients on darker shades aren't as dynamic as with Sony's more premium TVs. But the color gradients on brighter subjects are very intense on this TV. So again, I think that this is going to be an awesome TV to consider if you need something that has to look good while in a brightly lit room. Because again, if you were to go with an OLED TV, like with, let's say, the Bravia 8, you're gonna have to deal with a lot of reflections during the daytime. However, when it comes to gaming, this TV is going to be better suited for very casual players. Now, the Bravia 3 has a max refresh rate of 60 Hz. So if you're someone that's sprung for the PlayStation 5 Pro, then you're not going to be able to get the most out of this TV because this TV's refresh rate maxes out at 60 frames per second. You want something that can hit 120 frames per second. Now, when it comes to connectivity, things are pretty standard here. We have a total of 4 HDMI ports. They all max out at 4K 60 Hz. We have your optical port, just in case your soundbar doesn't have an HDMI port. Looking at you, Sonos Ray. And we have a total of 2 USB ports. But more importantly, the Bravia 3 does not have an S-Center port for acoustic center sync. Now, what acoustic center sync is that with Sony's more premium TVs, in this case the Bravia 7, 8, or 9, if you were to use a compatible Sony soundbar, in this case the Bar 8, Bar 9, or Theater Quad, then you'll be able to use your TV's built-in speakers in conjunction with your soundbar, so that this way your TV's built-in speakers will give you a stronger central channel and your audio is going to get louder. But since the Bravia 3 doesn't do this, no matter what soundbar you use, all of your audio is going to come out of the soundbar and your TV's built-in speakers will be unused. And personally, I just hate just knowing that my TV's built-in speakers are going to waste. That's why I'll always recommend that if you are looking for a soundbar, you should stay in your TV's ecosystem. But wait, if you want to further support the channel, then check out our affiliate partner, Babbel. I actually speak 3 different languages, English, Spanish, and Portuguese. And being able to speak multiple languages is great for cognitive health. It's going to make you a lot more interesting, and you're going to get so many discounts from the locals if you can competently speak the language. And with Babbel and their language experts and their new AI conversation partner, you're going to be able to learn a new language and they're going to help you with your pronunciation. So in Spanish, that means learning how to roll your R's. It's not that hard. And in Portuguese, they're going to help you get those inflections right because mas and mais are two completely different words, and so are pão and pau. So to start your language learning journey, then check out Babbel in the link down below and save up to 67% on your purchase. Y sí, para mis suscriptores en español, vamos a volver a tratar de lanzar el canal en español, solamente un poquito de tiempo y tal vez a gente lanza un canal en portugués también. Ainda no sé. But for right now, let's go ahead and jump back into the video. But the built-in speakers on this TV are actually pretty good. And now the Bravia 3 has two downward-firing X-balanced speakers that get impressively loud and they don't distort at max volume, and thanks to the added surface area, they actually produce a decent amount of bass. But so that you can hear for yourself, we're going to go ahead and jump into a quick sound test.
This thing. There's no conscience. Just hunger. The rider's going to come out. But when he does, he'll destroy whoever's got it coming. He'll take on a new form. One more powerful than he's ever known.
I'm not afraid of you.
While you're on fire?
Oh, that's awesome. I feel the gravity pull and it keeps me away. I would rather be here, lonely in space. I've made up my mind, I just wanna be free. I live my own life in a new galaxy. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing at all. I'm taking the moment, starting all over. I wanna be free and live my own life in a new galaxy. Memories fade, it's easing my mind. But I can finally breathe when I'm closing my eyes. I never realized what I just could do. But now I know I'm better off without you. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing. Taking the moment, starting all over.
So like you may have just heard, the built-in speakers on the Bravia 3 perform well. They get loud, they put an emphasis on dialogue, and they don't get distorted at max volume. Now I think that the built-in speakers on this TV are going to be okay for, like, let's say a small bedroom, but if you do plan on using this TV in your living room, then you do want to get a soundbar. But also, if you want, you can always connect a Bluetooth device to this TV and get your audio to play through a pair of headphones or a neckband speaker like the Bravia Theater U, which we checked out a few weeks ago. Now, the Bluetooth connection between the TV and your headphones is good, as in latency isn't an issue, so your audio and visual is going to be in sync, which I feel is super important to point out, because there are some other TVs out there that have like a quarter-second delay, which I feel is very noticeable. But unlike Sony's more premium TVs, with the Bravia 3, you can only have your audio coming out of one source. So you can only have your audio coming out of your TV, or a soundbar if it's connected, or out of your headphones, unlike, let's say, the Bravia 8, where you can have your audio coming out of your headphones and out of your soundbar at the same time, which is actually a lot more useful than you might think. But finally, there's the operating system on this TV. Now, the Bravia 3 is using Google TV, which is personally my preferred operating system to use on a TV, because I feel Google TV is snappy and it stays snappy even after a few months of use. And I also feel that the ad placement on Google TV is a lot less intrusive. But just keep in mind that this TV has 16 gigs of onboard storage, which in the future, you might need to go in and start deleting apps so that you can make room for new apps or for updates for your favorite apps. Whereas if you were to go with the Bravia 7, 8, or 9, you're going to have 32 gigs of onboard storage, which is going to help your TV run smoother overall. But in general, I'm a really big fan of Sony's remote because it's a lot sleeker than LG's remote, and it's a lot more useful than Samsung's remote. And from here, there are some dedicated buttons which are going to take you directly to your app, and it's also going to power on your TV, which I personally just really like. But also there's Sony Picture Core, which I genuinely do like using, because if you go in and you turn on PureStream, you're going to get a Blu-ray-like viewing experience if your TV is PureStream compatible. But in order to get PureStream to work on your TV does need to be able to average a network speed of 80 megabytes per second. Now, I'm able to hit those numbers through my access point, or you might want to go in and actually hardwire your TV. But with all that out of the way, I feel the Sony Bravia 3 is a very solid entry-level TV to consider, especially if you're looking for something for a brightly lit room. This TV gets very bright, and thanks to its matte front panel, it does a really good job of preventing reflections. Now, the blacks and darks on this TV are good, but the Bravia 3 really excel when it comes to the brights. And also, this TV comes in a variety of sizes. It starts at 43 inches, which I feel is great for bedrooms, and it goes all the way up to 85 inches. The main drawback of this TV is that it maxes out at 60 frames per second, and it's not compatible with Sony's acoustic center sync. So if you plan on getting a soundbar for this TV, your built-in speakers will go unused. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.